Morning, folks. It's 10:33 a.m. on the 23rd day, 6th month, 2023. Well, here, what we're looking at now is the infrared radar imagery. It so conveniently stopped rolling. It's showing what's coming out to sea here, and as these bands of chem get laid down, as the force of Cook Strait's going to get released. We've had a big beaming event come down this direction here and way up here, which looks like it may have induced an earthquake along these lines in here. I can't go back quite the 15 plus hours required to show this data. And what I'm talking about is this. And we've had an earthquake occur here, and it was not small. In an area that has had earthquakes before. It's not unusual. They've had over 200 in this area. Somebody said it went on for a long time, 10 or 12 seconds. It's not super long. I've been too longer than that. But they said in the last 10 years they've had over 200 in this region. Right, just to do some basic horror. They say that's a spot where the plates are being compressed. Why are they being compressed and decompressed? Could beams have anything to do with this? What in the hell blasted all the way down to here in a V shape from over around here? A big blast has come up through this direction here. A big blast has come across the Tasman Sea. And another one has come from Blenheim. You can see just a tickle of it right there coming through here. It's all to guide these storms along and cause a backup flow through the straits. So everything is coming through here is dropping its load. It's running into a barrier. The condensates are colliding, and the small droplets become big enough to fall when they group together, or coalesce, as that is known. And that's a beam right there. There's your timestamp, and that's the guilt of that. And could that help induce a quake? Absolutely. And it was a big blast. That's a weather manipulator. See that blast through here as well? These are helping to create the flows and get the energy in the upper atmosphere that's going to fuel the storms that are coming. You've got a few more days to get your stuff clear out of these desert areas before there are going to be no-go zones. See the beam shooting through the sea right here. This is electromagnetic perturbation, and these are large devices. See, it's a big boy. Bzzz. Not just 5 or 6 hours at 10. Right, if I just let that roll, you won't get that annoying clickings. Getting fried down under style. There's a big blast, mighty V shape there. Okay, so I'm going to turn that off. And so you have had a quake, and I do see electromagnetic perturbation that can be indicative of it. Is there fracking going on there? Only you guys can tell me that. Okay, so that's my view on that. Yes, we are rolling. Yes. Okay, because this is in a weird spot. Okay, we'll put you back there. All right, let's continue to roll this. What can you expect over the next 36 to 48 hours? Some of you got a lull. Okay, some of you do not. Hey, you don't want to see that. It's all over dramatic looking, isn't it? Right, this is coming in now. It's going to meet some air that's from up here that's going to kick off some storms. Hey, so watch. Rolling that footage. And as you notice, in a continuous stream curving east to west, and then one coming west to east, and east meets west, and west meets east. It's just not always a very west situation. You guys are beyond moist. You're beyond wet. You will be the saggy bottom boys. In constant sorrow on them care bomb days. Come on, moving along. I'm going to start jumping this thing now. As we head into Sunday, the storms along the southern coast of Australia are becoming a pain in the ass for all the travelers who were hoping to have a nice trip out on Sunday and have a Sunday drive. Better get used to those Sunday drives lasting only 15 minutes. While you're owning nothing and happy in your Johnny Cap. Now there's a day of two tendrils. This tendril here starts to come in, and this tendril here has smacked that other one, And this is when the fucker is really going to get bad for New Zealand. This is when you're going to pick up some of your heaviest totals coming in on this Monday here, where they told you it was going to calm down, and I told you it wasn't. It's not. And you get some terrible totals coming on the fours and on the fives, and it's relentless. This entire stream of moisture kicking up and around is being directed to come in at that direction. There's no other way to explain that. That storm should have long since gone away, and geoengineering could have been used to lessen the damage of this, but it is not. It has done quite the opposite. A bit of a lull there, Tuesday to Wednesday, as they work another tendril over, and one feeds the other, and this one's going to be a cold one. This is the one that's going to bring the winter on quickly. And some of the conditions in some of the South Island is going to be blizzard-like as we head in towards those days here on Friday the 30th. Right when you're wanting to travel, you watch out. The winds are going to be fierce, and you got some snows coming. As winter comes to the South Island and combined with tropical air that's coming from over here, over there, is going to lead to blizzard-like conditions, I believe. And so I'm going to make that call now. But be careful out there, folks. And you get in here toward Friday, right? This is a dangerous day to be out on the waters. That's for sure. Ooh. I think you're going to have a bit more wind than just that. I think the wind accumulation load is going to be a lot higher across the land. How fast is the clouds going to be moving? Let's say upper level winds, not super high. Oh, that's back to the surface. Upper level winds trucking this stuff in. So let's have a look now at that was your weather plan that was going on for you guys. Imagine now West is going to want to have a peek at this, and Queensland. Look what's coming. I'm going to turn off some of the drama. All it does is dis-ease. You got a big event coming, and it does look like it's targeting this area here of infamy. And poor folks. I'm expecting it to drift a little bit more toward Chasm. I don't think this storm is exactly accurate, but that line coming over there will be deadly. This is a flash flutter, and that's how much if it stayed here for 3 hours will come down on you. And you're going to get some big totals coming. And yours will be starting around here, the nothings to the somethings. And they're calling out a big sweat, a really big sweat that's about to inundate northern Queensland along these roads over here. So I'm going to be watching this very closely as they zigzag this tendril line. Some of these were packing at 20 centimeters. Yeah, that's a lot. So are they targeting the town of Claremont again? Everything leads there. So you're going to want to be very vigilant to what's going on with the storm that's coming from the west and what's just going to meet from the east. When they turn off the radars and allow that flow of the tropics to come in naturally like it should across here, to meet that coming from over there, to meet the cold air working in a pocket up here, you guys are going to have big problems. Big problems from Rockhampton, West Rocks, West Hill, and West Rocks is south here. Porcupine. I'm watching this very, very closely. Expect these totals to rise for Townsend through Ingham as they target the coast road again. Your transport is up for sale, isn't it? These accumulations are not kind to show. Everything is showing Hastings is fucked. And all these roads here, which are already having problem, still showing 15 plus centimeters to go. And some of this might be wintry mix along here. Look at the totals. Isn't this disgusting? That's too low. Though you've gotten quite a bit of totals these last few days. This other event that's coming on Monday is going to really give you a sacking. And I think they're not telling the totals correctly. They're going to be at least 10 centimeters falling through here. And this area here is going to see probably about 15. All in all in the next 10 days. There's no way. That's just too low. It's too low for the Wakatani as well, or the Whakatane. Way too low. So we'll be watching this tendril movement very, very closely. We see the absolute plan and flooding of the Queensland. So the preparation team to prepare your ark is now. And it's nearly time to get into your ark, Northern Territory. You're getting close. You're very close as your first tendrils get moved south to create the evaporative effect, that's cooling effect that'll automatically cause problems. Here's Fitzroy. You happens to be missing out of this, but all these streams go flowing that way, and I'm not believing that total's going to stay that far north. I have a feeling they're coming for the crushing, and all the hard work you just did is gone to waste. Get your equipment out of the bottomland. Don't lose it. Please stay safe. Please open up your pasture lands for the animals. Please get your equipment out of the mining holes, and please don't be an a-hole to people. The chem today has been absolutely thick. Thick. This mountain range is having a bit of an effect. But the EMF in front of it and the bombs behind it is clearly showing me weather manipulation. Manipulation. They're manipulating it, man, and it's making it really, really wet. Look at this crap. Squares and lines. Star Wars symbol over there, or is this the Cape of the Time Lord? Gallifrey. Don't be afraid of the Gallifreys. Look at the bomb field here. Boom, 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 plum, 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 plum. Came bam, bam, man. Killed in your dreams. Swallowing the streams. They do it very well, don't they? Look at like a big thumbprint here. Crisscross, 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 crisscross to make you jump. Loops over here. Loopy people down in the city can't see the forest for the trees. Well, I ask why. There's a Y in the sky. Why, oh, why is there a Y in the sky? Because a bunch of wise guys there, eh? You want to be a wise guy? See here, see, we're going to bomb the city, see, and then we're going to put up a big EMF blast, see, let's see if we can topple some buildings, right? Get that liquefaction going, see, really frack it up there, see, make some nice oil to pump and sell to OPEC, see. No, we're going to hide the free energy devices, see, and kill all those who invent things, see, because you can't put a meter on your free, can you? If you can grow a plant in your garden and cure your family, you can't put a meter on that. It's not a perpetual customer. In a planned obsolescent world, they plan on human beings becoming obsolete, sequestering your carbon to demon head out of here. Have it. Have some geosculpting, have some dark magic performed right over the top of your heads. There's this big chemtrail line just streaming across New Zealand. You've been choked out. Absolutely choked out in the chokehold, and then they did the people's elbow or the not so people elbow right over the top of you. Now this is an area that has been absolutely devastated by floods. This is the Esk Valley, and they got the rivers running absolutely thick and wild through there. There are some bridges that are now missing. Okay, so be careful on your trippings. Don't be tripping, man. Just stay home. There's nothing you need that bad. Don't become a statistic. A statistic that gave your car up. Told you should have been driving in that. All insurance is null and void if you're driving in this. When's the rule going to come when it's time for the insurance to pay out? They find a way not to. But yet they have products they force you to buy insurance to get. Then they could burn you out and say, hey, it wasn't covering that. That was an act of God. That's defining an undefinable. An act of God. Act of man playing God. Man acting like God. It's disgusting. You think they're ever going to admit to geoengineering the storm that floods you out to make them liable for the insurance of your house? No. They'd rather be prepared with an offer to buy it off you because they already plan to put a new recreation center there or something, or a pickaxe camp with sledgehammers for us to make our own gravel for the roads. Yeah, we'll all be doing rock pile that day. Be like Bugs Bunny pounding it on out there over in Sing Sing. You know, singing the same old song with the campgrounds marching on and 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 on. And on, bing, boom, ba doo doo. And on, cam, bam, bam, you. And on, boom, boom, ba plum, plum. That is not the Eucharist, dear, perked off your coast. That is not something healthy. This is dark. This is evil. This is killing life. It's just coming your way. This one's coming this way. This one's coming that way. And when they meet, the fuckery is going to happen. When two storms clap heads, condensates collide. Chemical catalysts combine, mix in the big test tube, which is you. And they're testing the tube in you. Test tube man, they're sticking it in. Look what you got descended down from the tropics over here. Ah, here's some toxins. Here's some toxins. They're from Papua. Descending on down the curtain of death, the streamers from the Indian Ocean being worked in on a predictable level of the atmosphere that only the D-Wave computer can define. What a swirling, square, rectangular thing out here is moving along, squaring along, bombing its own existence, bombing it on. And on 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 and bombing you. Boom, boom. Plum, plum. And on and on and on and on and on and on. Look at you, Tazzy. Look at you. All the flow should be going this direction, but you got a creeper here. Poof, a split and a flow. A camper I'm going north to here, so it shoots over the island here. Watch it at the beginning. Poof. Have it. Smell it. Taste it. Breathe it. Eat it. Drink it. Take it. Whether you like it or not. You are being called. The call is in. And the evidence is here, right in front of your eyes. The evidence is in the frying of the skies and the manipulating of the storms. And they know all these totals are coming and don't tell people. I don't tell people. And that's the crime of them all. Because that says you're either too chicken shit to get something wrong. Which I am not. I want to be wrong. Who wouldn't want to be wrong about such a oneness as that? It is not my oneness to see my world contaminated. It is not my oneness to see people go without warning when terrible totals are actually being kept too low. It should be in the 20s. What a fucking shame. As I zoom back and I look at the 10-day totals around the whole world, you want to see what India is going to get. The never-ending story for them too. A blight. Destroying their food just as it's to be harvested or planted. Sound familiar to anyone? Terribleness is they went from no rain at all, droughting up there, to far too much. And well, when you give our oppressors an inch, they took the whole fucking world. Well, it's our birthright to not give that to them. Watch out, USA. Yeah, some terribleness is coming your way too, and I'll try to fit you guys in. Yeah, it's not good as seeing those totals there around New Haven where the Skull and Bones is located. It's located here, you know. It's located here. This is where the university is there. There's Elm Street and all that. Here, when I was first born, I lived on Elm Street. Oh, that's right. This is Yale. With the geometry. Yeah, it's set up very specific. I digress. You got some terrible totals coming over your way there. That Quinnipiac River is going to be running wide. Yeah, so I'll give a heads up to some of my people over there. They got a situation coming. Oh, they need inches. Just shit, learn. If you was getting that many, you would be saying stop. Tell you that. Not good at all. The eastern seaboard gets swamped. New Zealand gets swamped, Oz gets swamped, I'm getting swamped with requests to look at every cloud in the planet. Right, if you care to support my work, I welcome it. You can do so at paypal.me/Robert Deutsch. Yes, I will always do my work for free, but it is nice to get some support. All right, big love. Peace. Stay safe.